Hey, Charlie.
Hey, what's going on?
I don't know if you remember her. She was this. I don't know what she is. I think she's Hispanic or something. But she was this lady, and you took out a number 9 in front, and then put in a bone graft.
Okay.
Septicane. So she was very pushy on the phone and wanted me to write, what anesthesia she got. And we haven't heard anything about this for like 6 months, okay? And there hasn't been any mention of any reaction or anything like that. We never got any kind of a call on that at all.
Can I tell you something? There is no allergy to epinephrine. I would worry. It's why she's going to threaten to sue or something.
No, I don't know what she's going to do, but or maybe even nothing. But we never heard anything from this, and it may be nothing. But I want to keep you abreast as to what is going on.
I got the easiest thing. How about tomorrow after work, I meet you. We've got paper charts. And what we're going to do is we're going to write up a new chart for her, and she's going to get implicated in that chart.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I can't do that. And I'll tell you why. That's why I tried to call and left text messages and went right to voicemail, called your office. And
that was within 1 hour.
Yeah, well, she called us and pressured me to send them.
I would not have sent that. Fuck. You got to let me know. You don't have to send it the same second I call you. I mean, now it's going to be a board complaint. Thanks. Fuck. I mean, you got to. I don't know what it's going to be. I really don't. They're going to try to figure out a way to get some money back or go to the board. I mean, that's why you got to give me more than an hour if you don't get a hold of me before you send records out.
It's not a record. I didn't send a record.
Oh, you just texted that? You didn't send a copy?
No, I didn't text it. No. She asked me, and this is what I said. I said on 11/11/15, according to his record, Dr. Adelson set the cane.
Well, you read it wrong. That's fine.
And what
I want to rewrite the chart, and you can always say you read it wrong, or you wrote septicane, but you meant to write implicated. That's it. That's irrelevant. You're not the doctor that did it, and you're just texting off of the. You were thinking of something else. You misread her.
Well,
chart.
Hopefully it's nothing. I don't know. I
would like to rewrite her chart because it sounds like she's going to be an issue. I mean, first of all, there is no allergy to epinephrine. Epinephrine is occurring in your body naturally. If I pull out a knife and show you a knife, what's going to happen? Your body's going to release a bunch of it.
Let me see something here.
There's more that when I tell you the board of dentistry is going to knock on your door is released to your body that's in the carpule. It's adrenaline. That's all epinephrine is. There is no allergy to epinephrine. That's why they used it in every single carpule. What happens sometimes is if someone has tachycardia and you give like six of them, and they get that little flutter to their chest and a little more adrenaline. Usually it's really just from them seeing a needle. But that's all.
Shit. Well, I don't know, Charlie. I don't know what the fuck's gonna go on here, man.
It sounds like they're playing games of some sorts. I mean, obviously they're getting the crown cheaper. Now they're going to see if they can figure out a way of getting the other thing she said, which is a bunch of shit, is she called up and she said that nobody explained to her about that she was having a tooth taken out and that she's in the front and that she was going to have to walk around with a flipper for 6 months, and that's a bunch of crap. We don't take any tooth out with explaining what's going to happen, So that's a bunch of bullshit. But, and then did she sign a consent form?
This is one other problem, okay? Junior, okay, when she took this chart and she's supposed to do this woman signed the pregnancy part of it, but did not sign under the consent. There's 2 places to sign, and she signed the one above rather than the one below.
Yeah, but she also knew because she also paid. What did she pay that day?
What did she pay? No, she paid everything.
Okay, so what did she think she was paying for? And like, what? I mean, how many years ago was this?
No, this was November of 15 that we did this.
Okay, so 8 months later, she's realizing that she came in an office and was charged. I mean, and then she waited 8.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. When she didn't write no epinephrine in here, but what I did is.
Okay, so she didn't write. She's allergic to epinephrine in your chart.
No.
Okay.
I got it written in red. No epi up here, but.
But she didn't write like on health history or anything like that.
No, she didn't.
All right, then that's not. Then you're fine because I would just take the sticker off the chart.
Well, it's not a sticker. I wrote it in red. Okay, and I can see if I can erase it.
Well, no. We'll figure it out. I'm not worried about anything. We don't have to change anything with the charts. Just let me know if you're going to have to give her a copy of the chart. And
okay.
I can always call her up. Be super nice on the phone and tell her, give me the number of your doctor. I'll get him all the parts. We'll help him out. I'll get him a torque wrench. Make it so she really gets it. Everything looks beautiful when she's done.
All right.
Yeah, just be super. It's harder to see someone when you're super nice to them.
Yeah, well, I don't know what. Well, I was very nice about it when I did this, but I think that what she, I'm wondering if, because we never heard about any kind of reaction or anything. So, I would have thought they'd tell us if she had a reaction. She would say that, and there hasn't been any discussion of that at all. It's been like 6 months or something like that. However, and in fact, they've been calling us and looking to get the crown, like they want to get the crown done and everything, but we never heard a word from them on any of this. If there was a problem, we would have heard a lot sooner. Do you know what I mean? So the only reason I would think that they're asking for the name of the anesthesia, I'm wondering if it's maybe because they want to use it again. I don't know, because she never had a problem. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, unless she's going to say that she has nerve damage now from septic gain. It doesn't matter. It's really. Unless she ended up in the hospital with a heart attack or something, the fact that you wrote no epi on a chart, I don't look at the chart. I look at the health history. I'm fine then. You can leave it on the outside of the chart where you wrote no epi.
No, it's not there. It's at the. It says, "Are you aware of being allergic to any other reaction in that area?" And then I circled it in red and wrote no epi. So she must have said something to me somehow. Or maybe
you said it after the fact.
No, yeah, you know what? That's what she did. Maybe when she got it that day, she had a little sensitivity, and then I wrote it after the fact that day. That's what happened.
Okay, I just
good.
So
I think we're
okay. It's not her handwriting.
I think probably what she did is she made mention of it because she didn't do it the day she signed the chart. She made mention that she had sensitivity afterwards, and then I probably wrote no epi afterwards.
Okay, so that's it has to be in her handwriting for her to fill out that chart. You wrote it after the fact, and you remember that.
Exactly. So I think we're good. All right.
Yeah.
I sorry to give you a heart attack.
No heart attack. I had a patient of mine that I did 7 implants on. 2 of them failed. Okay, yeah. She was like 80-something years old. It was on an immediate load fixed hybrid. So then all of a sudden they want to go use someone else. The daughter calls me up. She's from Boca. She says, "Listen, I want the money back for my mom's entire case." I'd already done a immediate load fixed hybrid from the lab that cost me, $2,000 with parts and everything. I placed 7 implants, extractions, bone grafts, everything. 2 of the 7 implants failed, so we had to switch her from a fixed hybrid into a denture. It just created a bunch of problems. Okay? Long story short, and that's Yeah, that's
well,
they get the message.
I've written checks too.
Yeah, it's extortion. If any patient in my office said, "I'm calling the board of dentistry tomorrow, unless you write me $1,000,"
you're gonna write the check.
I'm gonna probably write a check for $1,000. I didn't like my cleaning. I'm calling the board of dentistry. I'm making a complaint, or you give me $1,000. I give the cleaning for free and give you $1,000 because it's not worth my time of what I'm about to deal with. I mean, isn't that fucking horrible? You know, and thank God everyone doesn't know the little magic words to say. But that's really the magic word for free dentistry today. Lawsuit and board of dentistry. Okay.
So what we'll do, you know what we're going to do here, Tom? This what I'm going to do, no epi, and I'm going to write down, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to say this was, she reported that she had some sensations or some symptoms after that, and we wrote it on as an addendum after that day. That's it.
Yeah, and I would, you write it in pencil, because pencil can't be
it is written dated. In pencil.
I don't think pencil can be dated. Ink, they can date how long it's been on the paper.
Right.
So, right. Do the pencil, and then that's it. Thanks for the heart attack.
No, I'm sorry, man.
That's all right, man. I'm just one of those.
I like to keep. When any of this stuff happens, I'd like to be serious about it.
Oh yeah, I do too. But don't. If you just do me one favor, if we ever do have to get records or anything like that,
right?
Keep me.
Get it together.
Speak to me. Yeah, let's sit down before we.
Yeah. But, you know, in this case, it was like, you know, these people have been extremely difficult already about not getting their money, you know, the claim. And she calls up and wants us, like, yesterday, you know, and she's already going to another guy and stuff. And
who's she going to?
I don't know. I have no idea. But, yeah, I don't know. I charged $1,500 for an abutment cramp, so good luck to her.
Jesus.
You know, yeah. I don't know where she's going, but it's, you know.
Yeah, and I could call up and say, you know, just be super nice and help her get the parts, and just let her know every system's different. So put me in contact with the doctor.
I would just leave it, honestly, because I think the more contact we have with her, the worse. And you know, I just gave her exactly what she did, and I didn't mention how many carpals or anything. I just said administered septicane prior to extraction and bone graft for tooth number 9 implant placement number 19. If I can be of any further assistance, please let me know.
Okay. Yeah, and if she does reach out, then we can just be super.
Yeah, if it was anything, they would have already been in touch with us. So you know, it's probably nothing. But I just wanted to let you know what was going on.
Yeah, there really is no lawsuit with that. It's just more of a, you know, I know a dentist who got fined $5,000 because he didn't put down what type of temporary cement he used on the bridge work. You
got to be kidding me.
No. I made him take like 20 hours of continuing. First time before the board, they had to take like 20 hours of continuing. Then they got him on like records. He didn't like write down and explain all options to the patient and answer questions. So they got him on a records violation with that, and then they got him with not putting down what type of temporary cement.
Yeah.
Patients say I'm allergic to Vicodin. Vicodin causes nausea. There is no allergy.
Right.
It's very, very rare someone has a true hydrocodone allergy. It's usually just it causes nausea.
Well, well, what I just said is no epi up there is what I said. And we do that to anybody who's epinephrine, you know, sensitive. And we have seen it where people really do have a reaction to it for whatever reason. But I've actually, I've seen it.
It's funny. I've had so many patients tell me they can't take epi. They're allergic to epi. They can't take epi. Okay. And then, no epi, and I give them a shot of epi. And I go,
by mistake.
No, I'll test because I know what's in the carpule and I know what's in their body.
Yeah.
So I'll give them like half a carpule of epi.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what happens is the anesthetic wears off, then they're in pain, and then their adrenaline flows.
Yeah.
So I go, how was that? They go, oh, so much better. You know, this old doc I used to have used to use epi every time. But that was fantastic. I'm like, yeah, I used epi, hon. Sorry. I don't say that to them, but like, even when people tell me that, unless it's an old person with a heart condition or something like that, I use it. Plus, they also have 1 to 200,000 epi with Septicine. They got 1 to 100 and 1 to 200.
She probably had a reaction to this, and she wanted to know what it was, and so that the next dentist wouldn't give it to her.
Okay, well, hopefully that's just it.
I think so. Probably it.
And then just let me know if I can help you out with anything.
Yeah. Okay, man. Yeah.
Sorry if I overreacted. I'm just taking.
No. No, I get it. And I concur with you on how to handle this in the future, like you said. So we'll make sure that we get. Normally, I don't let anybody pressure me into sending something, but in this case, it was like she's seeing somebody else, and it's like. I didn't want to tempt her up anymore.
No, you could always be like, we need to sign over release. We have to get a signed release of records. Our fax machine is down. You're going to have to do it first thing Monday morning, and then once we get that fax to you, we'll be good.
Right.
Something you could always come up with something like that, and then you're nice, and the fax machine's broken. You'll have a new one on Monday, and just sign a release of records, and we'll get.
Then she walks in and asks for all records.
Yeah. Geez.
Anyway, all right, bud.
All right,
go enjoy the rest of your day.
I will. Thanks a lot.
Call back. Okay.
Anytime.
Bye.